Welcome to a special edition of the Bible Belt Bros podcast. Today I thought I'd do something a little sweet for you guys. I am going to help you have a conversation with your wife. One of my guilty pleasures in life is watching The Bachelorette or The Bachelor show, but it's not really the show. They have these spin-offs that are quite filled with lots of dramatic relationships changing all the time. It's just really kind of funny, and then people are pretty stupid in there. Anyways, I like to do it, so I figured I want to talk about it, but I don't want Andrew here to make fun of me or anything, so he doesn't even know I'm recording this. So it's just me, and I have my wife kind of in the background, so she can make sure that I said everything right. Today, the reason I'm talking is so that I can help you figure out how to talk to your wife in these dramatic next couple of days, because tonight is the finale of The Bachelor, and there's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of things that might make your wife go a little crazy talking, little mood swings. Who knows? My wife is one of those kind of people that doesn't wait for the show to air to know what happens, and so she's already followed these blogs, and she knows everything that's going on in tonight's episode. So whether or not you are just trying to play games on your phone or do something else and your wife says something, you can be, oh, yeah, and answer exactly what she's talking about. So here is some tips for you right now. So first up, the Bachelor Winter Games just had their season finale. It was a show that had people from different seasons of The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and also from the different countries of where the show airs. And they all kind of came to one house, had some events, had some date cards. And with everything, lots of drama. Because, I mean, when you have an American trying to date somebody from Germany, you know, like, do they really think it's going to work out? I mean, what's the plans on being together after the show? So a lot of that stuff happened. So I'm just going to kind of break down some of the characters from that show. You had the most popular character probably was Ashley I. She is from Los Angeles, and she was dating a guy named Kevin from Canada. So in the Winter Games, Kevin was really good at all those ice skating and skiing kind of stuff because he's from Canada, you know, and she's from Los Angeles, so she's never gone skiing or ice skating or anything, so she sucked really bad. But Ashley has always talked about how she's a virgin and all this stuff in like every episode that she's been in. So finally, she's done the deed, done the dirty, and that's the big story with her and Kevin. They ended up winning. It's most likely a political thing because they're from two different countries and they're trying to make that spin-off where they're connecting people from different countries. So as far as I know, they're still together. They're close. But then we had probably my favorite couple of the episode here was Courtney and Lily. Courtney, he was from Sydney, Australia, and Lily was from New Zealand. They were just kind of like the nerdy couples that, you know, that I'm a part of, a nerdy couple. Yep, she agrees with me. All right. So, and one of the cool things they did afterwards was they went on this van tour across the United States, just living in a camper van and driving around. So that's kind of like living my American dream, but they're living it. So lucky them. But they're just really quirky, really funny, and as far as I know, they're still together right now. And then we had Dean and Leslie. Dean was kind of a player. He's 26. He was kind of a player on some previous episodes. He also doesn't use soap when he showers or bathes, and that's kind of weird and kind of disgusting. So I wonder if they have had that talk yet. Dean was 26, she was 30, Leslie was 30, and so they are still together. He actually got on his knee on the final episode, or final tell-all episode, and he proposed and gave her a key to his apartment. So one step closer to a ring, but not quite there yet. And then we had Luke from Nashville and Nastasha from Sweden. Stasi is what they called her, from Sweden, and they ended like you kind of expected, where after the show was done, they had the episode, and he never called her. He never even asked for her number on the show, apparently, and so they're not together anymore. and it's not a surprise. Same with Bibiana from Miami, Florida. She was dating this guy named Jordan from New Zealand, and well, when Jordan was like, hey, what are we going to do after this episode, she freaked out and broke up with him. So that's how that relationship was. She was complaining about how it was moving too fast. And I just don't really understand what the problem was. You're going on a show where you date somebody for 2 weeks and try to marry them. So how slow can you go? I'm not really sure how that works. Everybody else was pretty much kind of nobodies. My favorite guy, or the only guy I really knew going into this, was Ben Higgins. And he did not find love. And, I mean, he was on The Bachelorette Season 11. He was the Bachelor on Season 20. And he's yet to find love, so, who knows with him. He's probably got something going on, in the works, because he's a pretty hunk of a guy. There was one more couple your wife might bring something up about. If you want to be funny or something, you might just tell your wife that when you say that you're going to meet in a jacuzzi, it's a date. Because that was the big fight that this couple had. Claire was from California and Christian was from Berlin, Germany. And they had a little miscommunication when they were dating. The big fight about them was that he was supposed to have a date with her in the jacuzzi, and she did not. Well, Claire was kind of in a love triangle. She broke it off with this guy named Benoit from Canada, and well, she wanted to see how things would go with this guy from Germany because he had blonde hair like myself, and it's very attractive for someone. My wife's laughing at me. She doesn't believe me. So anyway, she broke it off with him, and one of the funniest parts on that episode to me was, like, they got in this fight about a jacuzzi where she was like, hey, you want to go in a jacuzzi? And he's like, oh yeah, we can make it a date. And she's like, yeah. And then she ends up just hanging out in the bathtub with hot water with somebody because the jacuzzi was full, I'm being told. And the guy, Christian, was, like, waiting downstairs for her. And she never came down. And so then he was like, listen, I don't have a very good German accent. So he was something to do with, when you say you're going to meet in the jacuzzi, it's a date. And she was like, I just said we were going to meet in the jacuzzi, but it was full. He's like, if it's full, you wait an hour. And then you go in jacuzzi. It's a date. So that was the whole fight. And then she was like, I don't know if I'm going to accept a rose from this guy, even if he offered it to me, because, he just does not understand me, and he doesn't, just all this kind of stuff, the language barrier and everything. And then, like, it cuts immediately to him asking, would you accept this rose? And she was like, I always believe in love and second chances, or something like that. It was just absolute opposite of what she was threatening to do and saying that she was going to do. Well, ends up they didn't work out, obviously, because the jacuzzi thing was a problem that just stood between them the whole time. But, Claire was kind of a crazy person anyway. She was always kind of she was like always testing the guys, trying to make them do stuff for her, kind of manipulative. So I didn't like her at all. She ended up being the only one that actually got engaged after the episode to the guy she broke it off with from Canada, Benoit. The guy she sent home. He still followed her and all that, yada, yada, yada. But she just annoyed me. So just be thankful that your wife is not like Claire. She's not putting you through tests to prove your love to her over and over and over again. And if she is, then probably just tell her that you're thankful that she's not like Claire. So you don't end up cut up in a dumpster somewhere or in a pond or, or in a jacuzzi. So, so that's basically it for this, for the Bachelor Winter Games. Ashley, and Kevin, they did it on the show, and they did it by winning the Bachelor Winter Games, and it's good for them. So now tonight is the dramatic conclusion of The Bachelor. And The Bachelor was not my wife's favorite season so far. The guy was a race car driver, an Indy race car driver, and but he's like super nerdy. My wife calls him, says that he's like a wet blanket. I don't even know what that means, but he's just I don't know, just not a looker. He's not a, I don't know what these girls are attracted to. And my wife says that he laughs like a serial killer. Like, tonight, the season continues. He picks the girl that he's going to marry, supposedly. Then what happens is the dramatic conclusion part is not that he picks the girl, is that the ABC, they film the episode. They continue filming, and 4 months later, so about mid-January, and then the guy has a change of heart, and he's like, you know what? This girl that got second place to my heart is now the girl I want to actually marry. They made their own choice, and so ABC actually films them breaking it off. So like the first half of this episode tonight doesn't matter, because he picks the girl, but then he doesn't stay with the girl, and then he picks the other girl later. So there's going to be lots of drama tonight. I guess I would tell you that if you are not completely paying attention and your wife asks you if you're watching the show or whatever, you can kind of know what's going on. And don't be like Andrew. Don't get mad at your wife and just start spoiling it for her, because that's worse. That's not a good idea at all. So that's the gist of what's happening tonight. The Bachelor is going to ask Becca to marry him, be engaged for 4 months, break it off with her on national TV, then go to this Lauren B's house and ask her to date her. Though he has been dating her for the show. So she got second place. She made it pretty long ways. So I hope this helps you have a good conversation with your wife today, and that you're able to be in tune with what's going on in her life, but also not have to pay attention and watch the 3 hours of the episode, or 2 hours, however long this season finale will be. It's I just gave it to you in 10 minutes. So thanks for tuning in on this episode. We got another one for you to listen to as well. So see ya.